At University Motor Company, there's never a credit check, but there are always low down payments and low monthly payments.
I wouldn't be in my Ford Edge today if it wasn't for University Motor Company. Quality cars and quality people.
UniversityMotorCompany.com.
Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of MyMetroTV.com Daybreak. First stop to the rest of the weekend. I'm Frederick Knight. Thanks for joining us this morning. We've got a great show on tap for you. Coming up, my conversation with Rogie Nelson and Michele Dugar of the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs. We'll talk about their upcoming micro business conference. We'll also meet Kyle Freeman and take a look at his latest business venture. We've got the MyMetroTV Movie Minute, the inspirational video of the week, and more. Coming up on today's edition of MyMetroTV.com. Daybreak, first stop to the rest of the weekend. I had the opportunity to speak with Rogie Nelson of the South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs about their upcoming small business conference. Nelson was joined by Michele Dugar to provide details on the upcoming South Carolina Micro Business Conference.
South Carolina Commission for Minority Affairs was established in 1993 under Governor Campbell at the time. The primary mission of the agency was to study the causes and effects of poverty and deprivation among African Americans at that time. Later it expanded to include other minorities in the state, to include Native Americans and Hispanic Americans and Asian Americans. The mission, of course, was to look at poverty and the effects of poverty on those communities, study those communities as far as the causes of poverty and deprivation, and try to come up with solutions to address those issues of poverty and deprivation.
I understand you have an upcoming event. Michele, could you share with us a little bit about that?
The upcoming event is the South Carolina Micro Business Conference. And this is an opportunity for practitioners that work with micro businesses, which are also known as micro enterprises, to come together, to collaborate, to share success strategies, share concerns so that they can be more effective in reaching out to micro enterprises, which are businesses that typically have 5 or fewer employees. And that's really a large number of the small business owners within the state as well as within the nation, but a lot of those business owners are underserved markets where there may be minorities, there may be individuals coming from financially disadvantaged background, and overall they are underserved. So with this event, we're trying to bring the practitioners, whether they're those that provide training, those that provide funding, together so that they can be more effective in helping this particular segment of business owners be more successful.
So who are you trying to target as potential participants in the upcoming event?
Well, the outreach has been just that everyone across the state, but those that work with the micro enterprises, the micro businesses. So that includes Chamber of Commerce, small business development centers, community development centers, nonprofits that may have been based out of a church or in a community center that are looking to help people pull themselves up and be more productive and gain economic empowerment. So whether it's the government agencies, the nonprofits, charitable groups, the banks, those from all across the state are coming together. We have small banks, large banks that see micro enterprises as a segment that is underserved, and are looking to become more involved in providing capital, which is one of the key things that they need. So those partners, those people who are reaching out to BB&T, TD Banks, Wells Fargo. So we have large banks as well as small community banks. So it ranges, but I'm very pleased with the response.
And if our viewers want to get more information about the upcoming conference?
Well, they can log on to our website, and it starts off with the acronym scmbconference.com. So that's SC for South Carolina, MB Microbusinessconference.com. And there they can see the agenda, see the practitioners that are expected to be there, and actually register online. Registration is $35, but they could also register at the event, which will take place in Columbia, South Carolina.
And Raj, if folks want to get a little bit more information on the agency, how would they go about doing so?
They can call us at 803-832-8166. That's 803-832-8166.
I wanted to know more about Mr. Freeman's new online venture. Kyle, now give me a little background on My Hair Store Online.
Basically, My Hair Store Online is the creation of Mark Jones. He's the founder and he's the CEO. And this gentleman had the opportunity to work one-on-one with Mr. Joe Dudley. Now, for those of you that don't know Joe Dudley, he is a living legend in the hair care industry. And it's really funny, Mr. Dudley and Mark were running around in North Carolina, and I'm talking about Winston-Salem in 90-degree heat in suits, and they were going around selling hair care products. And basically Mark said to Mr. Dudley, Mr. Dudley, there's got to be a better way to do this. Mr. Dudley said, well, I'm not sure. And what Mark did, Mark said, you know what, Mr. Dudley, I'm going to create it and then I'll bring it back to you. And that, in essence, is how MHSO got started.
Okay, now who are you targeting as far as potential entrepreneurs with My Hair Store Online?
Well, that's a very good question. Most of the time, what most people will think is because it's the hair care store or beauty supply store, you think that you would target stylists, barbers, salon owners, but actually, you know who our target is? Anybody with a head. That's our living joke. If you've got a head or you got some hair, we can work with you. So that's who we really target.
Okay, now Kyle, give me, run down some of the benefits of My Hair Store Online.
You know what, My Hair Store Online, I have to say probably one of the biggest benefits is this. Just kind of share with you my story. I got a chance to meet Mark Jones, and the day I walked in on him, I was doing some other business there, and he said to me, he said, Kyle, how would you like it if your wife or your daughter could basically shop for their own hair care products right there on the palm of your hand? I said, what are you talking about? And he grabbed my phone, and when he grabbed my phone, he downloaded the mobile app. And when he downloaded the mobile app, I looked at it, I said, what are you doing? You putting a virus on my phone? You got to understand, I'm old school, so I'm not really handy with these devices. But when he downloaded the app on my phone, I was able to go to my phone and I could look at it and I could actually purchase hair care products. In essence, your own very beauty supply store online.
Okay, now going forward with it, we know smartphones and on-demand availability of products, services, and whatnot is the wave of the future. Where is My Hair Store Online with these advancements?
That's very good. Well, let me just share some with you. Think about AOL. I like to do in our presentations, I talk about AOL.com. And when you think about AOL.com, long time ago, nobody realized that AOL was just a doo. That was your website. Now look at what the website has come to 20 years later. So from that, birthed Amazon.com. Now think about Amazon.com 10 years ago, and someone would say to you, we're going to have a company where you can go buy a book online. Now, what does that mean? You can't actually see the book. You can't really hold it, but people are going to buy millions and millions and millions of books online. And you're going to have to use a credit card to do it. Now think about this. 10 years later, Jeff Bezos is worth $10 billion. He's the founder of Amazon.com. And not only that, what can you buy on Amazon.com now? Everything. Matter of fact, you can go to Amazon.com, click on hair care products, and you could buy hair care products. So if you want to understand where MHSO is, the gateway has already been opened up for us. The path has already been laid. All we're doing is going across that yellow brick road.
Okay, and finally, Kyle, if folks want to find out more information about My Hair Store Online and how they could become partners or participate in the business, how would they do about doing so?
Well, there's several different ways you could do it. All you have to do is go to www.myhairglobal.com. Once again, that's www.myhairglobal.com. Just go on that website and you'd be able to see all the information you need to see. And then when you click on the link that says opportunity, there's a presentation there. It's about less than 15 minutes, and it kind of explains the whole program.